Jared here with the Heel to the Face podcast channel, en route to SummerSlam weekend. Just about to hit the border into New Jersey from Pennsylvania. If you're not from the area, to get to this area, you got to go from New York to Pennsylvania, through New Jersey, and to get back into New York City again. That's the most efficient way, or one of the more efficient ways. So even though we're going to the New York City area and I live in upstate New York, you got to cross through some states to kind of get to New Jersey and this area the most efficient way. And you got to go up before SummerSlam itself, because you got to really soak in the whole weekend. And that's what makes these weekends so special, with SummerSlam being 2 nights starting tomorrow. You got things like GCW tonight. And if you don't know what GCW is, it's Game Changer Wrestling, and it is the modern day equivalent of what ECW was back in the 90s. It's a global national traveling promotion, but with an indie hardcore vibe. So you can see things that you saw in ECW back in the 90s, like people going through barbed wire and glass and flaming tables, but you can see it all around the world with the same wrestlers and the same superstars and the same champions. So whether you're going to LA or Chicago or New York, you can follow along like you did ECW, right? Tommy Dreamer was a national name, but only ever performed in front of indie-sized crowds when he performed all over the globe with ECW. Same with GCW. And just like GCW and ECW, right, you have some former WWE guys in the promotion that really give it some cachet, right? The Hardy Boys are going to make an appearance tonight at GCW. Hit them up right in Rutherford, New Jersey. I don't think they're going to wrestle, just make an appearance nonetheless. As well as former WWE superstars Matt Cardona, who is the self-proclaimed indie god, with the new self-proclaimed indie god Shotzi Blackheart, who since being released from WWE has been making sure to get booked on every single promotion she can. She's been kind of infringing on Matt Cardona's indie god persona. And tonight we're going to see their little rivalry at hand, because it's Shotzi in a tag team match against Matt Cardona, a little mixed tag team. And I know they're booking themselves against each other on tons of different events. But here at GCW, they're going to book against each other. And I'm not hitting up SmackDown at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, which is in this same area as well. And good on WWE for kind of using the arena that's closer to MetLife Stadium instead of, going to Barclays Center or something like that, because it really goes all in on the New Jersey vibe, not just the New York City area, but the New Jersey vibe that is SummerSlam weekend, because they're staying in New Jersey, they're staying in the area. But here's the thing. You can go to all WWE events, and I've done it. I've gone to SmackDown, WrestleMania, and then the Raw after kind of thing when I've gone to these event weekends. But it was in 2023 that I went to GCW the night before SummerSlam, and that's what made me fall in love with going to GCW around WWE, because it really gives you that, juxtaposition. It's not a WWE weekend, it's a pro wrestling weekend. Everyone who's a fan of pro wrestling is converging on these places for the weekend, whether it's WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or in this case, SummerSlam. So excited to go to GCW tonight. Excited to see something that is going to be completely different from what you're going to see with WWE, right? I'm going to be up close and personal to some hardcore deathmatch style wrestling, some blood and guts, if you will, in a small indie setting where the crowd is going to be hot and they're going to be loud. And then tomorrow night you go to these stadiums where it's a much more polished WWE product. And part of that polished product, we know for sure, the main event of night 1 of SummerSlam will be CM Punk and Gunther. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about who's going to main event, but it's been made official. It's going to be the World Heavyweight title on Saturday, the WWE title on Sunday for your SummerSlam main events. But still a lot of people talking about what could happen at SummerSlam, even maybe more so than WrestleMania, right? Is Seth Rollins really hurt? Is he going to come back and cash in? What are we going to see in terms of that? We'll make sure, if you follow us on social media, hit us up on social media. Tell us what you think is going to be happening at SummerSlam. Surprises, a Seth Rollins cash-in, a Cody Rhodes heel turn. Will the final boss be there? How would they even do that? Just so much intrigue. So like I said, follow us at Heel to the Face, Instagram, Twitter. Let us know what you think is going to happen as we're about to hit the New Jersey border. I'm going to hit up Panda Express. And for those of you, who are from other parts of the country or even, Canada, and you go Panda Express. What's so special about that? One, I love Panda Express, but more importantly, we don't have it in the state of New York anymore at all. The only places in the state of New York it exists are in New York City itself, right? So they're not even in Scranton, Pennsylvania, or something that close driving to where I live. So going to New Jersey and maybe hitting up Panda Express more than once, because it is my favorite fast food restaurant, and it's a treat because we don't have them in my area. It's my In-N-Out, if you will. It's my Whataburger, or my Cookout, one of those kind of places. The difference is everyone has Panda Express. It's not like localized to the west or the south. It's all over the country, except for where I live. Where it was where I lived, got me addicted to it, and then they closed all the locations. So hopefully maybe some Panda Express for dinner. We'll see if we hit up the WWE SummerSlam Superstore tonight if we have time, but we'll definitely be hitting it up tomorrow if not. Either way, GCW tonight. And also, not to be outdone, on top of SmackDown being in Newark, New Jersey, House of Glory, which is a New York City-ish promotion, they're running a huge show in Jamaica, Queens tonight, a little bit further out, like an extra hour away, because if you know New York City, nothing's close. So an extra hour drive from where MetLife Stadium is in that area to Jamaica, Queens in the New York City, the actual boroughs of New York City. Bubba Ray Dudley, Bully Ray against Zilla Fatu in the main event of that show. Ricochet's on that show as well. Indy Hartwell, who is a House of Glory champion. She was just at Slammiversary going up against Tessa Blanchard last weekend. So she's in this event tonight in House of Glory. So a lot of big names at this show. And Zilla Fatu, listen, if you don't know who Zilla Fatu is, start to get to know who Zilla Fatu is, because sooner rather than later, he will be in WWE. Surprised he's not there yet. He was in GCW and a tag team back in the day with Jacob Fatu just about, a year and a half ago. We were going to, GCW the night before SummerSlams and seeing Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu, and now Jacob's in WWE. There's been other Bloodline members who've joined WWE since then. It's only a matter of time before the son of Umaga is in WWE. So try to catch him, in the indies before you can, because he's going to be in WWE sooner rather than later. No doubt about that. But Friday night, SummerSlam weekend. Like I said, just about to hit the sign. This is Welcome to New Jersey, and make it official. But Heel of the Face podcast content at our Heel of the Face social media channels all weekend long, including on